people. How do y'all feel about the positive rap, and why isn't positive rap? Because I know why positive rap is not getting the accolades or the forefront it is getting, but why do you think positive rap is not getting there?
First of all, where the fuck is the positive rap?
Exactly.
So what is
Where?
Well,
I haven't heard no positive rap. The closest to positive rap that's going on right now is Common.
I hear it. Common. J. Cole.
Chance
Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Some
Some of
Kendrick, Chance and rapper
some
stuff.
Chance, some Kendrick, and some of what's the other dude? What's the
J.
other guy?
Cole.
J. Cole. But yeah, we don't have the positive because I told him, I said, look, dude, the reason why is because this new generation doesn't care about what's going on in the real reality. I said they understand, yeah, I got crackheads outside. Yeah, I got a cousin that sell dope. Yeah, I got this going on. And that's all they want to do is celebrate that. I said they don't want to find a way to get out of that situation. I said, because right now it's so crazy that these things now, a crack selling cousin or whatever, or somebody that got a trap house is celebrated. Because did y'all see the situation where Future had a pink trap house and he put on a junk trap, and then he got all these people showing up. 2 Chainz. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Future. Forgive me.
Like trap music. That's
right. Yeah. He got a pink house right now that everyone right now in Atlanta is just showing up to this house, and they're stopping traffic and all this stuff. But what got me? Black people were showing up with stacks of money with their hand on the pot like they cooking something, with showing the money. I'm like, why are we glorifying drug dealers?
That trap house was not it wasn't for that. It was to experience the album, and there are different exhibits in there and things. It wasn't to glorify. It wasn't about the people took it and ran with it and made it something else.
Exactly, because the name of the album is called Pretty Girls Like Trap Music.
Right.
And if you look at it, we were out there, and I saw this because I saw this on the Fox Network, and Fox Network was actually exploring it like, oh, this is basically trying to say this is what black people are.
Fox Network is some bullshit.
Everybody.
Anything black, or dealing with us, they're gonna make it negative. They're gonna spin it. So Fox Network can eat a dick.
Ooh.
So yeah,
and I'm sure it's plenty of white kids with that damn album. People don't go platinum. People do not go platinum with black sales alone.
Fox was not trying to show the white people, but it was a lot of white people showing up.
Exactly.
It was a lot of, but this is what got me. I'm talking about soccer mom showing up because their kids like it.
But they like it.
But back to your original question, I'm gonna give some credit to the society that we live in. I think kids nowadays, or younger people that like this type of music or that are attracted to that negativity, is because they see more negativity than positivity. If you take it back to when our generation, when we were raised, you had a balance. I'm not gonna lie, we had our trap music, we had our booty popping music, we had drug dealing was big, looking flashy in the 90s. All that was big, but it also balanced with your household. You also had church. You had your mama rules.
Right.
Even if your dad wasn't in the house, you had some male figure in your family that you usually could use as a mentor or that stepped up. Kids don't have that stuff now. Like, when all their influence is coming from rap music, this is what happens.
Kids have it, they just don't want to listen to it.
I don't think they have it because I work with them and they don't have it.
Once again, y'all think inside the box. DJ Red Carpet Capo, I think outside the box. I don't think neither our generation nor the younger generation is paying attention to the lyrics of these songs. I'm gonna give you an example. Shout out to my baby mama, love you, baby. She thought Future was saying the song Mask Off. She thought he was saying NASCAR.
What?
NASCAR.
No, I think people know what young kids know what the music is saying, Sean. People that listen to it, or maybe because I'm around kids all the time because I work with them.
I don't think they're really paying attention. I think
older people know.
What's going on is in the industry. What's going on right now is these producers are the superstars right now because anybody, like I can say, me and Fundraiser can say doo 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 doo, and you put it on a hot track. That's like the #1 song in the country.
Doo doo.
But my point is back to what Razor said. He's saying why is it so negative all the time? Correct? That was the question. Like, why is there no more positive hip hop? Because negativity sells because all these kids see is negativity. Like this past weekend, I went to a baby shower of a kid that left me 3 years ago. You know why he still called me? Because to him, I still represent some type of support system. Right. That's sad that you got to go to an outside person that you met through a facility to have an adult that you see as an influence or a support system. Before, when I was growing up, if I had went to a baby shower, you got so many aunts and uncles and all them people there. You ain't thinking about some lady you met at some program you had to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids don't have that foundation that we had. I think it was weakening when we were growing up because we didn't have a strong one. But prior to that, our parents had a better it take a village to raise a child mode, like a neighbor would spank a kid, or somebody would tell your daddy that you did something wrong. They don't have that no more. Nobody cares.
To answer your question, fundraising, a friend of mine put it this way. When you in the club, and you done got a few in you, and you dancing and whatever, you ain't gonna grab Heather and say, man, did you hear what Nas just said in that bar? Or you ain't gonna pull Simone and say, man, Carmen just said the most positive thing I ever heard in my life. You ain't gonna do that. You wanna hear Percocet. Molly Percocet. You want to hear? That's what you want to hear, because as a DJ, last week I done a cookout. Week before last I done a cookout. I'm playing. Mom was there. I'm playing nothing but classics. Everybody in there rocking. People coming to me. Can you play some trap shit? Can you play some trap shit? And I played it, and it just.
And then he went up there and said, "I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to hear this trap music."
And I played it, and it just took the whole mood from the cookout.
But I'm not even
Once I went back to what I was playing, that's when you saw people start back dancing and enjoying themselves. So it's a time and a place for everything.
Right. And I think it's a balance too. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I listen to trap music.
I do too.
But I'm not going out popping no Molly's and Percocets for real. And back in the day, I used to listen to Biggie. All Biggie talked about was robbing people and selling drugs. I never sold drugs. I never robbed people.
But you knew better.
I knew better. Your morals at home is the foundation of the decisions you make. I don't care how much music you listen to. I don't care how much TV you watch, how much influence of the media, period, for a child. Nobody has more influence than your home structure. And if it's not right, it ain't. You don't have nothing but the TV and the media to guide you. And I think that is the problem.
I am so glad you brought Biggie up, because Biggie is the perfect example of what fundraiser is talking about. There was an interview when Biggie was about to release Life After Death, and I think it was with Joe Clair. And Joe Clair asked Biggie, well, what are you talking about on this new album? He say, I can't talk about selling dope no more because I ain't selling dope. I can't talk about being in the streets no more because I ain't in the streets no more. Right. I can't talk about hanging with the same people that I was hanging with because I'm not hanging with no people anymore. Right. So this album, you're going to hear me talk about what I'm doing right now. And if y'all listen to Life After Death, he talking about
sleeping with other people's wives.
Exactly. You know
he talking about blowing money. He talking about cheating on his own wife cheating on him. It's still negative. It was very negatively put together. Shout out to Biggie.
It was negative. It was what he was living at that time. Right. If you perceive that to be negative, yes.
But I think this situation was negative. Yeah,
he's telling the story.
These songs, man, they're not talking about anything.
They don't talk, period. They can't even pronounce the words.
They're telling you what they're doing. The worst part about this that I don't like is that what you were just saying, Latte, and everybody else at this table knew when we were growing up, is this music was entertainment. We didn't take it as our life.
Say that again, because you put what I said in the perfect sentence.
We did not take the music as our lifestyle.
Exactly.
And if you were in that lifestyle, and this is the crazy part about it,
was
because
entertainment.
Once I got to the point that I had graduated and I was doing things, well, really before I graduated, I was doing things to get by, because like I tell people know, I had my first apartment when I was 17. So I'm still in high school with my first apartment, so you can understand Taco Bell wasn't doing it. So you knew exactly what was going on. Yeah, I was cutting hair, but still, you knew exactly what was going on.
You did what you had to do.
What I had to do. Well, the crazy part about that is I glorified that behind closed doors, but I didn't glorify that in the street. I didn't let nobody know that, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. And that's what this new generation is about. If you're not doing what this rap is saying you doing, then you're not the hip new, you're not in the loop no more. So you got to be doing Molly. You got to be doing Percocet. You got to be doing Promethazine. You got to be doing all these things, because if you're not in the loop. I saw a video on Facebook, and it was so crazy how this new young generation thinks. It was in New York. It was based in New York, outside a club, about 4 a.m. And this young girl was talking to a dude in his late 30s, early 40s, and she was probably in her early 20s. And she tried to clown him. Yeah, she tried to clown him on how he was dressed. And it was so funny. That was a trip to me. She was like, "Look at your jeans. Look at your jeans. They all baggy and shit. Just look at your jeans." And I was like, "Wow." If he's my age, that was his era. Those jeans supposed to be baggy. Why would you want a nigga walking around with jeans on tight as you?
But what's crazy about that video is that dude had paper.
He had cake. He had
cake. She didn't know that.
Didn't know it. But she tried to break down. It was so funny. She tried to shine on all these things that she had. But it was so funny that Boo Boo, you still wait on the ride to leave the club. You telling me right now, if I were to believe you, you have at least $5,000 worth of articles on.
But you don't have no car.
And she bragged about that.
Right. Yeah.
But their morals are out of place in every level. That's the part. Level. It's not just one blanket answer or one blanket cause to the problem. The morals are out of place in every area when it comes to this generation. And I'm gonna say it started with us, because we had some stuff that went right too. But it just.
I disagree with you, Fundraiser, and I disagree with you, Latte, when y'all say our music didn't influence us like the music influenced the young kids today. I'm gonna tell you why.
He said it wasn't our lifestyle. He didn't say it didn't.
It was our lifestyle, and I'm gonna tell you why.
No, it wasn't. Not mine. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why. You remember Biggie said in his first album, one of his lyrics was, "Knicks went for 20 down south." Right? At some point during the 90s, you started seeing an influx
of guys,
of New Yorkers or upstaters coming down to VA, you know what I'm saying, North Carolina. So you can't sit here and say the music didn't affect us.
You talking about drug dealers? I'm just trying to clarify what you're saying.
Yeah, drug dealers.
Right, dope boys.
Dope boys gonna be dope boys regardless.
Well, what I'm sitting here saying is, had Biggie not said that in a
rap, it
probably wouldn't have been an influx like that.
They're making more money on us down here.
Right.
So they're gonna capitalize on what we got going on down here.
That's been for centuries. I don't think that's. Well, I just agree to disagree. I don't think that's the influence of music. When I knew dope boys growing up, most dope boys were dope boys because they had to be.
I'm going to tell you the influence of music. Nobody knew about Nouveau until, what's the dude with the dreads and the blame on alcohol?
Lil Jon.
No.
Right.
Blame it on T-Pain.
Nobody knew about that. Nobody knew about wearing Versace until Biggie and them said.
Right.
Nobody knew about wearing Coogee until Biggie said something.
Right.
We didn't know about
Parasuco, red bottoms.
Until we heard it in music, we didn't know about that stuff.
Exactly.
We broke out, so that music has an influence on clothes.
It does.
I'm not saying that it don't have an influence. What I'm saying is it wasn't my lifestyle. Like at the end of the day,
that is not your lifestyle.
But my morals override. At the end of the day.
Other people adopt, like the kids. You see them. I know kids that didn't drink, would lean and all, because why? You heard them say it.
Exactly.
You don't know nothing about that.
You don't know nothing about lean. And see, Erica,
I'm not disagreeing with y'all. What I'm saying is, I still have my mama voice in the back of my head.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
But what I'm saying is, this generation don't have the mama and daddy voice in the back of their head.
Not even that. Let me hit you with this. Let me hit y'all with this, because it's my segment any goddamn way.
I'm sorry.
Let me hit y'all with this. Okay. Back in that day, in our time, maybe 25% of society looked at it deeper and was really influenced. The rest, the other 75%, saw it as an entertainment. Nowadays, it's damn near 85 to 90% that's looking at that as being a lifestyle, and the other 15% looking at it as, oh, this is just entertainment.
I just look at it. They're not doing anything different than what we was doing.
It's just the percentage is different now.
We're older. And by us being older and being a little bit more wiser, it looks stupid to us.
I don't disagree with you or Heather. I'm not saying that it didn't influence us back in the day, but what I'm saying is now it's taking over the kids' lifestyle. From what I see and what I work with every day, it's their whole lifestyle. Half the kids I work with don't have no parents. I mean, they don't have no home. You and Fundraiser both talk highly about y'all moms. Kids I talk to be like, fuck my mama. Straight up. Curse them out up and down.
I
think it's a huge difference.
It may have skipped you. But what I'm sitting here saying is music influence, not necessarily me, not necessarily Fundraiser, nor Heather. But music influenced our generation the same way it's influencing the generation today. It's just a different
I think the impact is way stronger. Than what it is. Well, all I'm saying is I think the impact and influence is way stronger on this generation than it was on us.
It is.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying you cannot compare the two.
The only difference in our generation of music and this generation of music is the things that we were afraid to say, or we just didn't say because out of respect. They say it out. They say it. They don't care. Just say it.
Well, the difference is too on this one. We have realized that two types of this new generation have realized two types of, I guess you can say, jobs or careers get you to millions before doctors, lawyers, and all this. Doctor may take you 10, 15 years to get to be a millionaire. You get your rap contract, you're a millionaire right then. If you get your sports contract, you're a millionaire right then.
They assume you're a millionaire.
We are trying to, this new generation wants to skip steps. And they don't want to go the hard route.
That's a whole nother
I totally agree.
They lazy. That's a whole nother conversation.
Goes back to, and we talk about music being an influence. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Agreeing with what you're saying. EPMD has a song. I forgot the name of it, but in the song, you keep saying, "Please listen to my demo. Please listen to my demo." Nowadays, who gives a fuck about a demo?
Right.
You put your joint on SoundCloud,
and everybody hear your demo.
Tag 1,000 people on Facebook. And if it's dope, somebody gonna pick you up. Look at Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy whole career.
Technology.
What? Soulja Boy whole career was built off of
technology.
YouTube.
Technology.
I'm not saying that music is not as negative. I think our music was real negative. Now that I look back at it and think about it. But I'm talking about when I interact with this generation on a daily basis. I'm talking about when I talk directly to the kids themselves, not talking about the music they listen to. They do not have any support systems, and that weakens their influence. Period.
And our parents monitor what we listen to.
I had to sneak and listen to Humps and the Bump and shit, and 2 Live Crew and shit like that. It is a huge difference. I'm not saying our music didn't influence us, but at the end of the day, we still had something for that influence to battle with. They don't have nothing for it to battle with. It takes over.
Not only just that, I'm going to wrap this on up. We had, in our generation and generations before us, a heavy influence on Christianity.
And you was in the church.
Exactly. Even if your mom and dad didn't go, your ass went. Yep. Especially if the Salvation Army bus came past you in your neighborhood, you can get your ass on the bus. But
before you wrap it up, Fundraiser, let me say this. Each generation of music say the same thing. They just put it differently. Right. You go back to the 60s, they said the same thing. They just they worded it differently. You go back to the 70s, they said the same thing, but worded it differently. And 80s, 90s, and now today, you just word it differently.
Right. It's not the music; it's the lack of home support and community support that the kids have. The music is the same.
Both of y'all.
The music is the same.
And I love putting everybody in this barbershop.
One of your favorite artists? I can't think of his name, but he was glorifying being a pimp.
But is he a pimp?
How is that not affecting?
We're saying the same thing, Capo, but you keep playing on the music. I'm not saying the music's not negative. I'm not saying the music don't have influence. What I'm saying is the music don't have nothing to compete with today in these kids' lives. Our music has something to compete with. I might see the 2 Live video with girls humping all over the place, but I know my ass better not be on the speaker and Renee walk in the building. These girls now starting stripping and prostituting at 12.
Well,
and their mama cheering them on.
And thank you.
Since you put it that way, I can agree with you because look at the average age of a grandma today.
Exactly.
What's
That's
the average age of a grandma?
Like 35.
Exactly.
That is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that the music is any different.
The average age, my homeboy right now is 42, 43, and he's a granddad 3 times.
One of my friends is a granddad, and he's 37.
It's crazy. So look at the mind frame, and I guarantee you, your homegirl is 37, my homeboy is 42. What do they listen to today? Migos. The same shit that your kids listen to.
Their kids listen to it, but they're also a single parent. Keep it real, no shade. They're never at home in their kids' life. Ain't nobody else watching their kids. And most of their kids' influence come from the music. It's nothing to compete with.
True. I'm with you.
Now that you made me argue with you on fundraiser segment.
It's alright, because I got everybody involved. Even though Moon tried to stay quiet on this motherfucker. But anyway, I got everybody
her
involved.
little Queen Latifah scarf on.
I see looking sideways like somebody.
Yeah, look at a little fight the power wish today. I didn't want to say that.
Looking sideways. But
looking real like.
But I appreciate y'all for chiming in on this one because this was a heavy one that just weighed on me today. Like, well, you're right. There is not much positive rap anymore left.
Facts.
But I'm gonna have something nice and sweet for y'all next week that gonna keep y'all wondering and thinking.
Well, we've been okay.
Appreciate that fundraiser.
No doubt.
I'm still doing tracks off of my my mixtape. I want to say mixtape. Well, my mix show. Whatever you want to say it.
Your morning mix.
My morning mix. I'm doing tracks. This is one of my favorites though. August Alsina. This is one of his newest joints. It's called Wait. Yeah. And when we come back, we'll get into my segment. It's called Love Changes. Got a great one for y'all this evening.
Oh Lord, I'm tired of arguing with you already.
You're not gonna argue with me. This is a good one. Cheese Town Radio R&B.
Dot online.
What's good? It's your boy Jay Terry, and you in the mix listening like it's Lovers Rock on Cheese Town Radio.
Adema.